everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hangout with ST. She's Alyssa.
And he's Hairianto. And Hangout with ST is a weekly show where we bring you top stories of the week.
That's right, anything that is local to everything that's happening
around the world.
And we are back at the studio, or I'm back at the studio at least.
And then also for me, because I was away last week. And then you were away from the office, right? Because of Jewel.
Because of Jewel, I was at Jewel.
Yeah.
It's very nice, actually.
I haven't been. No, I haven't been. I plan to go after the crowd has died down.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very nice. But you were supposed to fly in, right? You would have...
Yeah, and then so I was at the airport, but I wasn't at Jewel, and I wanted to go, but that was 7 a.m. I was very tired. I didn't sleep at all during the flight, so I thought, you know what, the shops probably aren't open anyway, so...
Yeah. Oh no, some of the shops are open. So like AMW, it's I think 24 hours. Yeah. And so last night at midnight I watched Endgame, right? Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil for you guys.
But he already told me who died. So.
And so I watched it at Jewel IMAX with a friend. And oh my goodness, like AMW at 12:30, people were still queuing.
Yes, and because you walked past it on the way to Jewel.
Not because I wanted. Yeah, I wanted. 12:30 a.m. It's crazy,
And what were you doing there and you were so late? Yeah? I know you were there to watch the movie but I thought that's very late, and then you come in here now complain you're tired.
Yeah, it's crazy. I only slept at like 4:30 a.m. My goodness, but hey, it was worth it, it's worth it.
You should get your beauty rest. Okay, but you know what? We are coming to you live from the Straits Times newsroom, so do leave your comments and we'll read it later during the show.
And this week we will be discussing the NUS Peeping Tom case.
And then also we'll be talking about suggestions as to how universities can make their campuses safer for the students.
Yep. And then we'll move on to so basically about infidelity in Singapore.
Yes,
right?
it's a very nice way to say basically cheating in the office.
Exactly.
Cheating spouses in the office.
And we will, I suppose, give marriage advice, although we are not certified.
Unsolicited marriage advice to you
but
guys.
Hey, I mean, if you guys have some marriage tips, you can share with us as well, right?
Definitely.
And then before going on to other news in a minute.
And then ending things off with Facebook Face Off. So I know that I've had my winning streak, right? I won 5 times in a row, but we decided to reset the counter because we're our 61st episode.
Yeah, 61.
So why not, right?
So we're going to start on a clean slate, is it?
Yes.
So no more about you winning 5 times in a row and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, let's take some comments. Let's see. Okay. We have Yan Swen Tan that says, "Hi, Hairianto Yan. Hello. Hey, Miles Casby is here. Good evening. Hope you had a good week." I certainly did.
Oh, hi, Miles Casby.
Jenny Wong says, "I'm using my mom's phone." That's...
You had some fans, right, take photos with you last week at Jewel. Correct? I don't know why you're so shy about it. You're very happy about it. You're talking about it.
Yeah. So last week, I was at Jewel. Exactly, right? All alone. You were don't know where. Right?
You know where I was.
And it's so nice to see all of you, who came up and say that, you guys tune in to Straits Times.
And I understand, Hairianto, this is not the first time you were recognized out in public.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You just pretend me.
Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and of course, let all your friends and family members know that we're online.
Yes.
Okay. We have, my mom is saying hello as well.
Hello, Auntie.
Meng Yang says, hot topic. Thank you.
And then Darren Hay says, lol.
Darren Hay. Yeah, we recognize you. So continue to let your comments, continue to,
let your comments be made obvious.
Made obvious as well. Alright, now social media can be a powerful tool. Now this case has taken the internet by storm last week and of course this week as well. For those uninitiated, last week a third-year NUS Communications and New Media undergraduate shared on her Instagram about being filmed in the shower at student residence Yusof Hall. Student.
Okay, then this student is Monica Bay, 23 years old. She also shared how the case was handled after it was reported to the university and the authorities. The perpetrator, Nicholas Lim, he was let off with a conditional warning, suspended from school for 1 semester, and he was also banned from Yusof Hall. He had to write an apology letter to her and also undergo counselling.
Yep. Now, Monica called for tougher action to be taken by the university against Nicholas. She, of course, then went on to reveal the name, right? But because before that, we said man, and then now we know that it's Nicholas. Meanwhile, public discussions have given way to polarized views. We have one camp that says punishment is too light. The other camp that says, no, it is sufficient, we don't want to ruin his future further.
So earlier on Wednesday, Law and Home Affairs Minister K. Shanmugam, he said in a Facebook post that the police should issue a statement to clarify their position on the case, and they did. So they explained why they let him off with a conditional warning. They said that the man has a high chance of rehabilitation and was remorseful. They also didn't want him to be saddled with a permanent criminal record, and there was also the absence of other obscene materials in any of his devices.
For those of you who are wondering, like, what is conditional warning? Now, conditional warning means that if he commits any other criminal offence within 12 months, he can be prosecuted for both the old and new offence.
And the police also clarified another point. So they were saying that, he got a slap on the wrist because his parents are like influential, or they're rich and all that.
He was hiding behind his parents, right?
So the police came out to clarify that allegation. They said that it's not true. And Nicholas's parents were they were okay. They gave their permission to disclose their jobs to the public. So his father is a driver in the public transport sector, and his mother is a housewife.
So the question that we want to ask all of you who are watching us right now, what do you think of the punishment meted out to the perpetrator, right? Do you think it's too light? Do you think it's too heavy? Let us know. Right? And of course, NUS also has stepped in as well, right? They have to, because NUS is the other body that is supposed that also meted out the punishment, right? They have a second strike policy, which means that first-time offenders appear before the Board of Discipline and are given a range of punishments, but not immediate expulsion. Those found guilty of sexual misconduct for a second time will then be expelled. Since revealing this policy on Monday, NUS said they will be reviewing it after being criticised.
And the university also said that they're taking measures to build a safe and supportive campus environment, such as coming up with proper victim care protocol and introducing courses for students so they know how to protect themselves from sexual misconduct incidents.
And you see, the thing is, of course, this case then brought up all the previous cases that have happened before, right?
And there were quite a few.
And there was quite a few. In the latest ST article written by colleagues Amelia and Julene, there were 26 cases of sexual offences brought before NUS's disciplinary board over the last 3 years. Now, none of the students were expelled, even when they had committed multiple acts of sexual misconduct.
Although 16 of those cases involved the police, and it led to sentences, including such as imprisonment, supervised probation, and community service.
Education Minister Ong Ye Kung has also stepped in, and responded to NUS's policy, saying that the penalties NUS applied were manifestly inadequate, and also asked for other universities to review their frameworks for similar offences. I think some people have already commented, right? So again, our question to people who are watching right now, what do you think of the punishments meted out to Nicholas? Is it too light? Is it too heavy? Should have just gone all the way? Let's see what people have to say.
Actually, at first glance, a lot of people think that it's too light. A few have been saying it's too light, and Nilton Wee says, was that a punishment?
And then Meng Yang says, 26 cases in the past has been dealt with by NUS, but security didn't seem to have improved. I've been hearing about such cases within NUS regularly over the years. I would expect lessons learned would result in a safer environment, but sadly, no.
And then Francis Louis says, the answer is simple. If she is your own daughter, would you say it's enough? As for those who supported him, remember this if you have a wife and daughter.
Generally, a lot of people are saying it's too light, right? Too lenient. And Dixon Pang says he's trying to encourage the rest to do the same, as the punishment is a joke. Okay, we'll take one last one before we continue. Tan Li En says, I think that it's not right to say that universities should not further his punishment because of his future. This gives future offenders the green light to just offend because they'll just have a slap on the wrist.
Personally, I disagree with how NUS handled the case based on what Monica shared in her Instagram stories, because I strongly feel that the university, to a certain extent, they should make sure that the campus is safe for every student, right? And I didn't like how they stood by their policy, said that we have this second strike policy, until the education minister said that, hey, you need to review it because there's something wrong with that. Then they said, sorry, we'll review it. So I thought that was too little too late.
Too little too late, right? Again, earlier on we mentioned that there are two camps, one that's saying it's too light, the other says that, hey, let's not punish him further, because it will ruin his future. My take is that the fact that he committed the offence in the first place is ruining his future, right? The act itself, I mean, he had so many chances
To turn around and walk away.
And walk away and not do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His action is what caused
Yeah,
to ruin his
and
future,
he
right?
knowingly walked into a female toilet. It's not that it was a co-shared toilet. It's
Yep.
not like he fell down and then a phone in his head.
Yep.
Oops! No,
Yep.
he it was premeditated. He
It
knew what he was doing.
premeditated, exactly. At every
Yep.
stage, he could have turned back. Right?
Exactly.
But he didn't.
Yep.
The issue of deterrence, of course, deterrence matters in preventing others from committing crimes. Now, crimes have to be seen in the light of heavy consequences, and people must know of the punishment, then deterrence can be effective.
But at the very least, this has brought to light NUS's rules and policies and has led to a review, so thank goodness.
Yep.
Even the 5 other local universities, including NTU and SMU,
Yep.
are reviewing their own policies for sexual misconduct. And as for how the police will handle such matters, there were also mitigating factors that were
Yep.
that were discussed.
That were discussed as well. We can see some comments. I think, okay, Jenny Wong says this: having your name out there in the news is punishment enough. Imagine the never-ending consequences. We'll get to that in a bit. We
Yeah,
are going to be
we
touching
will.
on that as well, right? Darren Tay says uni should put expel as the cause of action if given second chance, then the victim has to agree.
Has to agree,
Has to
probably.
agree, right.
And John M. Lucamto says, who are we to play law vigilantes? Let the proper authority do their jobs professionally. No one case is the same.
Right. And then last one, Wei Sheng Woon says, what about the victim's mental health and future? So what can schools and universities do to ensure that the campus is safe for students? Let us know as well, right? What do you think are some of the suggestions you think that NUS or just
Any school,
campus,
right? Yeah.
any school campus can implement to make sure that the safety of the students are being kept? Yeah.
For one, it's ensuring there's certain access to FOB access. So it's like a metric thing, right? So
Yeah.
we're suggesting women should only be allowed to tap into the female toilets, and then for the males only into the male toilets. Although having said that, yes, there was that recent NTU case where
Yeah.
it was a guy,
Outside.
a guy
Yep.
kind of like
Entered-
sneaking out on a guy. Sorry, I was just trying to find the word.
Yeah. And you see, this is the thing, right? Sexual misconduct, it's not gender discriminatory.
It's not just men doing it to women. It's
Yeah.
also, it can be the other way around
It can
too.
be the other way around too. So
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, both genders have to be kept safe.
Yes.
Right. Of course, to cultivate a student culture where any sort of sexual harassment is not permitted. Yeah?
Because and you were saying that some people were like, well, I can't just look, meh. You know, like it wasn't. It's not just molestation. It's also like lewd looks.
lewd remarks and all
Yeah.
that. Really, there must be some kind of
Standard. So
standard,
that's why
yeah.
the community, they need to get together, discuss,
Yeah.
and then decide what is appropriate and what is not.
Yeah. Or have a neighborhood watch concept, perhaps, look out for one another. If you feel that there is a suspicious character loitering around, make sure, you quickly report to the relevant authorities before things become worse. Yeah?
Exactly.
And of course, the other thing that we want to touch on, and like what Jenny mentioned in one of the comments, is on the issue of whether Monica should have revealed the particulars of the perpetrator. Right? Do you think Monica should have released his picture and personal information?
We can kind of empathize and understand why she would do it. I know she's doing an interview with one of our colleagues tonight.
Yep.
She'll share more. I don't know. She might share more about it later. But she obviously still feels wronged about it. If not, this whole saga would not have happened. But whether or not we agree with the punishment
Yep.
is sufficient, it's another matter.
It's another matter altogether.
Yeah.
And to be fair, she must have felt really cornered, right?
Yeah.
Enough to broadcast such a private matter that also puts her under public scrutiny.
Yeah, and she has been getting hate messages as well after
Yeah.
this came out.
Yeah.
So
you see, whether or not we agree with the punishment is sufficient, we can agree that, of course, Nicholas has fulfilled what the authorities have required him to do. For example, suspension, ban from hall. But the thing is, now that his name has been revealed, he's been dragged through the mud.
And it was clear that her anger was initially directed at NUS and how it handled her case and their policy, and then the later Instagram stories brought up his name, his Instagram account, which he has since shut down. So
Yeah.
the
And
point of
this is-
frustration, right, is really how NUS handled the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. And handle it quietly. And we had this discussion as well, right? It's like, it's not on him that the punishment as such was meted out.
Yep, it's NUS's decision,
Yeah, it's NUS's decision.
to put it that
and
way.
he has
yeah.
complied with whatever that he needed to do,
Yeah.
But now that his name is being revealed, is it too much? you know, he has already done what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, and in fact, he had to resign, right, from his job as well.
But whatever it is, let us know, right? Do you think such a thing, such a personal information should have been disclosed?
Because now there are people who are like gaining sympathy for Nicholas Lim, and there's a petition online saying that, you know, he should be protected too.
For Leo says he ruined his own future the moment he trespassed intentionally into a woman's bathroom and filmed her. It is a sexual offence, okay, under Penal Code 509. That is what we mentioned earlier on, right? That he had many chances to turn back,
turn around,
but he didn't.
And walk away. And then Edmund Lam says Peeping Tom in Singapore can be given a second chance is the worst message from this episode. That's not. Is that a message? I don't know.
Heng Kai Ming says, now the pervert future is ruined. Blame NUS and SPF for giving him super light punishment in the first place. If normal penalty was given, it will only be a daily bypass news and not much people remember after a few days. So continue to let us know, right? Whether so there are a few questions that we're asking here. Whether the punishment meted out is too light, too heavy. You know, whether
Monica should have revealed his name and personal information online.
And lastly, of course, what campuses can do to step up security to make sure that the students are kept safe.
And feel safe as well.
Yep.
Okay. So moving on to one of the also popular stories, because Monica Bay was in the headlines like every day for the past few days. The other one is actually about infidelity and cheating. You know, so Andy Hui and Cheng, they are married, and Andy Hui was caught on film kissing actress Jacqueline Wong in a taxi. So this is Andy Hui.
And of course, the two separate couples have since patched up following apologies from the cheaters. Now, it can be easy to judge them, right? But cheating happens more often than we think it does. And in Singapore, counselling groups say they have seen an increase in cheating cases over the past 3 years.
Yeah, and many of these affairs actually happen in the workplace, especially because, and this is the reason given in the article, written by our colleague Melody Zakis, because Singaporeans spend a lot of time in the office and meeting clients.
And there are also more women now straying and cheating on their husbands compared with 15 years ago. Infidelity cases here tend to involve couples in their 30s to 40s.
And the median ages for male divorcees in Singapore was 43.2 years old in 2017 and 39.1 years old for females. We are not trying to say that if you're close to this age, that means you're going to cheat. These are just the stats.
These are just stats, exactly.
But let's hope that you're not part of stats.
And it seems like this group of people, they usually have older school-going children, right? And elderly parents with attention focused on other aspects of family life instead of the marriage. Some might stray.
Yeah, and then also the counselling groups who were quoted in the article, they shared their reasons for the people cheating and these are based on the cases that they've seen. Individuals could be going through a midlife crisis and the affairs typically result from a lack of satisfaction in the marriage, and then therefore they seek it elsewhere, outside.
And the cheater having unclear physical and emotional boundaries with the opposite sex.
Yeah, and this is the last point, the last reason that we are going to talk about. So the question is, how do you define cheating?
Where do you draw the line? Right?
Because some people like, no, this is not cheating. Other people is like, that's clearly cheating. Okay. So
and when we mean cheating as in like in relationship and all that, not cheating in a test lah. That one is quite clear cut, right? Just for those of you who have just recently joined us, you know, just to make it clear. Right? Cheating in a relationship. Alyssa, what do you think constitutes cheating?
I think, so for some people, it's not cheating until it's physical, like until like you kiss the person or whatever. But I think it starts emotionally, because I believe there's no smoke without fire. So it starts from like the heart.
And cheating, usually they say cheating doesn't start from the bedroom, right? It starts with conversations.
That one you say one. But wait, where do you get that from though?
Good quote. No, but I agree with you. Okay, so when I was much younger, right, I consider emotional cheating as cheating, right? Meaning as long as you have thoughts of being with that person, or you feel like you want to forge a special bond with that person, that would be cheating. But as I grow older and become more mature, I've come to realize that our thoughts are not easy to control.
Like don't think of the pink elephant, for example.
You will think of a pink elephant, right? And we cannot stop our partners from interacting with other people or making friends, especially in the workplace. But I think more importantly, they do not act upon the thoughts and feelings.
Yes, and the thing is that so they said the main reason why Singaporeans cheat is because or at least what contributes to the cheating is that they meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's as though the chances of cheating increases. But you know, as the saying goes, don't take a dump where you eat.
Where you eat, yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm just being very polite here.
Basically, don't toot
where you eat, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And also, I mean, it's work, so you gotta be professional. And this brings to mind, so Hugh Jackman, he's this Australian actor. He's very hunky.
Wolverine, right?
Wolverine,
Okay.
yeah. And he's, I mean, he's a hunk. He's good looking. And then I remember in interviews, they were asking like, oh, you know, you act with such beautiful co-stars, actresses. You know, how do you like? You know, it's as though they're insinuating, how do you like not cheat on your wife because like your co-stars are so good looking. And then his reply, and I'm paraphrasing, he was like, oh, I just think of them as like family members, as like sisters or something like that.
Family zone.
Yeah, family
Sister
zone, not even friend zone, just family zone it.
Yeah.
So
and,
I mean,
you know, talking about that point, right, where you said, you know, we've been meeting a lot of people, and in our job we do, right, as journalists, we go to events, we
interview
meet a lot
people
of
for
people,
stories,
interview stories and all that. We meet a lot of people, right? But to me, I feel like at the end of the day, it's our partners that we want to go back to, right? They are the ones whom we choose repeatedly over and over again. They are the last person that we want to see before we go to sleep, and they're the first person that we want to see in the morning when we wake up.
So who is this lucky person in your life? clearly, Hairianto is a romantic at heart. He really is.
I mean, that's it, right? I think that is how you know that's the one. I don't know.
If any of you agree with Hairianto and would like to talk to him, please know that you can drop us an email at hangout@sbh.com. If you agree with what he says and want to like catch up over, you know. But so you're saying about making the right choice, right? And I agree that it doesn't help that in popular culture, it kind of paints an unrealistic portrayal of marriage. So, for example, in Hollywood movies or other dramas. They have this like it's as though like it's a stereotypical marriage is one where after getting married for 10 years they are bored with each other. And then instead of talking things out, or maybe they try or what, or most likely they don't, one of them will just go out and find excitement elsewhere.
Right. Instead of
talking
working
things,
it out,
working it out.
On that point, because you were talking about making the right choice.
No, you were.
So
continuing on what you were saying.
So, to me, I feel like there is no such thing as a right choice. Because if you're going to make a choice, you won't know, right, whether it's a right choice. But what is more important is you write your choice.
Okay, but very clearly there are some people who are bad choices, like bad boys.
Yeah, right?
That one, don't be a sadist.
Exactly, right? It's about making your choices right, you know? I mean, with relationship, any types of relationship, whether it's relationship, family and all that, relationships need work. And steadfastness is something that, you know, you got to work on lah.
It's called being faithful, right? Okay, so there you have it, unsolicited marriage advice from two of us.
Let us know what marriage tips you might have as well, right? Share with us that. Now that said, what are the chances for marital recovery like? Now counselors said couples can recover if both husband and wife have the intention to save the marriage.
So as seen by the Hong Kong celebrities Andy and Sammy, which we mentioned earlier, they both apologized publicly and then they said they'll forgive each other, so hopefully they can move on. In fact, the Straits Times has a podcast series. This one is called Pop Vouchers. The new podcast, the latest episode, will be published tomorrow, and coincidentally they'll be talking about celebrity scandals, where, you know, like Brangelina and then this one, Andy Hui and Sammy Cheng. And also they talk about how these celebrities deal with the damage control. So some of them, they do apologize publicly. Others, they just keep quiet and write it out. But also, interestingly, they talk about who else is affected by the scandal. So it's not just like the third party or you know, it's also like, for example, the children or the love child of the affair. It's
or
quite
even
interesting.
The fans.
Yes.
I mean, if let's say you've been shipping for the celebrities to be together, right?
Oh, I totally understand how that would feel. Speaking as a fan of like a few, But yeah, this is interesting. So keep a lookout for the podcast. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, and also on straitstimes.com.
All right, let's see what people has to say. Darren Tay says, cheating means do thing behind the person back. Okay. So that means regardless whether is it just thoughts or physical or whichever, right? Oh, still on the topic of NUS, Song Ihua says, NUS name has been tarnished and the head of NUS should take responsibility. I'm sure this is not an isolated case. Spare a thought for the victims past and present. Right is right and wrong is wrong. There is no other way around it.
Okay, and Men Yang says, I was an NUS student. Security was not tight, but the freedom we enjoyed was gratifying. I don't mind the relaxed kind of atmosphere. However, I would like the penalties for offences be harsh, as we need this kind of deterrence.
Let's see. Flolio says, why do we have to worry about a sexual offender's future? What about the victim's trauma and pain? He wasn't even punished, just a conditional stern warning by SPF and NUS, just suspend for a mere semester, and writing an apology letter this is not primary school. He is a sexual felon. He committed a serious crime equals to he outraged the modesty of a woman.
Okay.
And then Emerald actually gave quite a long comment as well. I'm just going to read part of it. People fail to understand the seriousness of voyeurism. Firstly, voyeurism can lead to blackmail of victims. Secondly, the sale of voyeur videos to dangerous and inappropriate websites can lead to victim being targeted by other pervert as well. And he gives a suggestion. I suggest a change of system where sexual offence such as voyeurism, rape and pleasure be treated with punishments such as jail, fine and cane on the first offence. Of course, this should be done with the proper process of law. The idea of punishment is not only to instill justice in society, but also to set up an example of what is to come if one is to commit the offence.
So we do hope the police or maybe some ministers are watching this show and reading the comments. Right?
Yep. What else? Let's see.
We do have one comment on cheating though. Just one.
Okay.
This is by Darren Tay. Yay,
Yes.
you get a prize. Okay,
Yeah.
so he says cheating means doing things behind the person's back.
Yeah, earlier I just said that just now.
Oh, you did? Sorry, when you read the very long comment and then I forgot everything else.
Clearly you weren't listening, right?
I was reading.
But continue to let us know, right, in the comment section below, really, what do you think of all the cases that we've talked about, the topics that we've talked about today, and the questions, yeah? And with that, on to our next segment, other news in a minute. So in under 1 minute, we will crunch down the other headlines of the week.
For her first headline, a homesick and lovesick maid killed her employer in 2016 so that she could retrieve her passport from a safe and steal money to return home. The 26-year-old maid, Daryati, had been working for the family for just a month. She is currently on trial and faces the death penalty.
Second headline from May 1st, Finance Minister Heng Swee Keat will become Deputy Prime Minister. The two existing DPMs, Mr. Teo Chee Hian and Mr. Tharman Shanmugaratnam, will step down but remain in Cabinet as appointed senior ministers. Mr. Heng will continue chairing the Future Economy Council and National Research Foundation and be the acting Prime Minister in PM Lee Hsien Loong's absence.
For our last headline, a Singapore firm has just revealed plans for its one-seater flying vehicle in the United States, which is set to launch in California from late next year. It is currently undergoing indoor trials in Singapore, but will not be launched here due to regulations.
That is all we have for Onyam this week.
Yeah, now we have Facebook Face Off. This is where you decide who has a funnier sense of humor.
Exactly, and we're going to start on a clean slate, right? Because
Yes.
it's episode 61.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, for those of you who are new to this, what we do is Ellie and I, we troll through Straight Science Facebook page, the comment section, because you know a lot of you come up with the dunnest and wittiest comments on our Facebook page. We pick them out and then we battle each other to see
Yeah.
who has a funnier comment.
Yes.
If you think that Alyssa picks a funnier comment, you type in A,
If you think Hairianto picks a funnier one, type in H.
and here we go, round 1.
Okay, so I'll go first, thank you. Okay, so this story is about the new rail facility in Tuas aims to reduce MRT line testing closures. And our caption says that early closures and late openings for MRT lines may soon be a thing of the past. And then Hamid made Diman. It sounds like you Anyway, says, what about making track fault and train fault a thing of the past?
Burn.
It's like sass, right?
Okay, mine. This is driver arrested for carrying a truncheon after crashing into sign at Upper Thomson Road. Do you know what truncheon is?
Is it like a, I don't
It's
know,
not
a
like
Game of Thrones thing?
Truncheon is basically like a baton.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Bad. Crashing your car into a signboard. Worse. Police discovering a truncheon in your car. So this is our headlines, right?
Okay.
And then Sui Walter says, worst. Why found out you were at Upper Thomson Road when you were supposed to be overseas?
Oh,
Right?
really?
Bad, worst.
Gosh.
Think about it.
Walter really puts things into perspective if you think
Yeah?
about it. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got his priorities set right.
So
Straight.
if you think that Alyssa's comment is funny, you type in A.
If you thought Hairianto's comment was funnier, type in H.
Yeah,
And
that's
I see you have a tea with it. It's kind of like in line with infidelity.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't know, but I saw it.
No, I picked it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is about otters are the latest exotic pet trend in Asia. But their rising popularity may be their undoing. Okay? Think an otter would make a cute pet. Think again, otters are smelly, loud, and extremely active. Kyle Middleton says, in other words, you ought to reconsider.
Quite good. But then it was a very obvious pun. It was a very obvious one.
Okay. Move on.
Alright, so this one is about this Briton, Stuart Boyd Mills. Remember, he was trying to leave a building, he couldn't find an exit, he got so agitated, I think he assaulted the security supervisor. Okay, so he was charged with assault. And Freddie Key says, well, best then to avoid places like IKEA and Toys R Us, you can go bonkers trying to find an exit.
I don't understand this one.
Then you don't know.
Again, if you think that Alyssa's comment is funny, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto's comment is funny, you type in H.
Okay, Ellie, last round.
Okay, last round. Okay, so this is the same story that you picked earlier. It's the otter story.
Okay.
Yep. Then we can. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I don't need to read it again now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, but I think the one I chose is better. So Chickalow says, smelly, loud, and extremely active. Sounds like children.
I agree!
Right.
Yeah.
You have to know Hairianto. Can I say it?
Yes, please say it.
Hairianto doesn't really like children. There you go.
There we go. No, it's not that I don't like children. I'm just...
You just really don't lah.
No, I'm just okay. Like, I'm okay. Yeah. I'm impartial.
He's trying to do damage control here. He actually doesn't like that at all.
Okay, now my next one.
Okay.
This is about our story that we talked about earlier. Singaporeans are cheating with their colleagues. Counsellors see more extramarital affairs, right? And then Wong Chinhua says, just for laugh, when a newly married man looks happy, we know why. But when a 10-year married man looks happy, we wonder why.
And then the 59 reacts are all the married men, right? This was quite good.
Alright, so if you think that Alyssa is funnier, you type in A.
If you think Hairianto is funnier, type in H.
Alright, so we'll let our producer just kind of...
Even Kumar is laughing at that joke.
Exactly. Okay, we'll let our producer
give it
do the count.
2 thumbs up.
And we see what else people have to say. Malam says, as a result of this episode, there will be many newcomer peeping toms. Why so?
Yeah, why?
There should be less because, you know, they'll be like, oh no, this is what's
Hey,
going to happen.
I feel like Darren Tay understands my jokes. So Darren Tay says, you know, for Alyssa, her jokes, you need to know the context. So that means you need to know the news lah.
What? No, never mind. Malam says, everyone has to pay for the action. Many remorseful drug traffickers were hanged. Okay, these are two separate issues lah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have?
And then Tony Sito says, anybody knows whose son this young Nicholas Lim belongs to? And then I believe this is your friend Alman. He says, let's not dox the parents who are innocent of the crime.
That's right. Yeah, certainly. Darren, his jokes are pure silly.
Silliness?
Really? Are you saying I'm a silly person? But I am lah. I'm quite a silly person actually, to be honest, in person. Yeah, I am.
You are.
All right, so
Shall we count down 5 seconds?
In 5, 4,
3, 2,
1. The first winner is...
And the winner is... But no, we are... Oh, you won! So because we have a screen there.
Okay, we have to explain why sometimes our eyes are not straight onto cam because there is a screen onto the side.
To our right, to your left.
Yeah, you know, the television, so that we can see ourselves and also to kind of see what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. So we see what you see. Okay, you won. Good.
I won. So first time.
Okay, good jokes.
Since we started out.
Good jokes.
It's good jokes, right? Yeah. But in any case, we hope you guys have enjoyed this week's Hangout with the ST. For more news and videos, do log on to straitstimes.com.
And don't forget that we're also on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And we have our email address, hangoutwithst@sph.com.sg.
And we are on Instagram as well. So make sure that if you want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email. Don't worry, Ellie and I are the ones who read the emails. Okay, they don't go to like our PA or what. We don't have a PA.
Yeah, it's not like we have one anyway. Oh, you can always slide into our DMs.
You can always slide into our DMs as well. Okay, make sure you tell all your friends and your family members with that. And of course, you know, because this is episode 61, we are starting things on a clean slate. Again, we would like to say thank you to the people behind the scene. We have Kuma on camera.
Hey!
Woo! And then we have our producer, Yvonne. And then we have motion graphics person, Zeke. And we have a newcomer on our team, is Joel. That's right.
Yay!
Alright, so that is all we have for you this week. Once again, she is Alyssa.
And he is Hairianto.
Goodbye and see you next week.